Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, or good morning, good night, wherever you are on this planet. I hope you had a great day, and we are in for some great matches. I welcome you to the fourth fight, the fourth matchup in the qualifiers for Outfit Wars on Miller 2022. My name is SeniorBrotherRo, or just in short, Senior, and with me today as my co-caster is Morfildur. Hello, how are you?
Hello everyone, and I'm excited for this match. It will really be great to watch, I'm sure.
Boy, we have a lot of stuff to cover for today. As everyone that is in the know about Outfit Wars already realized, today is the final day where we will decide, or where the outfits will decide, who will join and progress into the playoffs and who will be left behind. So, for this one, I have a little skadoodle made by one of our outfit members. Thank you for that, by the way. Give me a second. Uh, There. Wait, those are the match times. So yeah. Uh, let's talk about the schedule real quick. As you can see, today on Miller we have 5 matchups. Morph and me are covering one RPC versus Ruin. Unfortunately, VCBC versus Pole has no coverage today. I hope these guys have a great time in their matchup. Then we have Adam and NCAV being casted by Commander Sirius. Thank you for stepping in as a caster for us here. I'm pretty sure for you it's early in the morning, so we appreciate your effort. Then Dick TLPS, the other big matchup, is covered by Varuna and Fedric on Planetside Battles 3. And then me, Morph, and Sirius will probably jump into BHO KOTV after our matches. So to see what's going on there.
Yeah, there are a lot of rumors going around for BHO versus KOTV. Those who followed Reddit know about the last drama of the BHO match. So that will be exciting to see how it turns out this time.
Yeah,
And
we have
I'm
some rumors about certain PMCs being bought off from other servers to fight for a certain outfit. Let's see whether that is true or not, and what the effect in the matchup will be.
Yeah, and I'm kind of sad we don't have the time to also cast Dick T versus LPS, because that will also be a very amazing match.
Yeah, we
So
will definitely
lots of
probably
fun
watch that
today.
after.
Oh yeah.
So, as you can see on the screen right now, you should be able to see on the screen right now, one of our outfit members, praise be to NT, little shout out. I think he was the one that did the little setup here. We can predict or make some predictions what the top 8 of Miller will look like. So right now, as you can see, it's a bit scuffed since there are still 5 matches not being concluded. So chat, let's go match by match and see what chat's predictions are and what the top 8 will look like if chat is right. So get your Giga brains out. Full 500 IQ. First matchup, RPC versus Ruin. Morph, what is your prediction for that one while we wait for chat?
It will be a very close match, but personally, I would give a slight advantage to one RPC. It will probably end with a 5-4 base capture and 300 points for one RPC, but it's very hard to tell. Both teams are really good.
Yeah, I would also favor RPC slightly in this matchup. To be fair, one RPC didn't have that many great matchups per se in the matches before, like they stormed us. And then what was the follow-ups for them? I'm not even sure. I think they fought LPS
LPS and Pole. Pole
and
was the
Pole. Yeah.
walkover, and the one against LPS, I
Was it
think it
LPS?
was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was LPS, but I'm not actually sure I remembered correctly.
So chat predictions. What is it? who will win, who will lose, and then give us some points here. Who will win?
Yeah, it will
No
take a
one,
minute.
no one is daring enough.
Yeah, but the consensus before was one RPC mostly, with a few people for ruin power. So, yeah, I think we can
I
put
think
that
we
down
can
for
go
one
with our
RPC.
predictions then, since no one wants to give a shout out. So you said 300 points for RPC, right? And that makes RPC also a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Dick T LPS. I think both our favorite is Dick T in this matchup, but it will be a close one.
Yeah, it will also be a close one. LPS are really great at point holding, Dick T as well. So we have to see how that turns out. I would give it slightly to Dick T, but probably on the margins. 250 points for both points, with maybe 260 for Dick T.
Okay, okay. Yep, I can see that happening. Yep. Definitely. That is a close matchup indeed. VCBC poll, I think we can all agree.
It will sadly be pretty much a one-sided stomp.
Yeah,
Pole only has 32 players. VCBC has some really great players, so yeah, it will just be a question of time how fast
I think we are hitting
VCBC
the
gets the warp
380
gate.
point mark there, I would say.
Yeah, 380, 400 in that range.
Yeah. Then we have Adam versus NCAV. Now that's a quite interesting matchup, since we have some friends in NCAV from other servers that are helping them out. But I still think Adam has that one as a win. But it will be a close matchup.
It really depends. NCAF is working together with B-Way, as far as I know, but their working together hasn't worked the last matches, so we have to see how that turns out. I personally would give a big win to Edom there, 350 points,
Hmm.
but it depends on what kind of NCAF shows up today.
So in the BHO KOTV matchup, like my prediction is the Mercs won't matter as long as KOTV plays the map right correctly. So I would give the win to KOTV in this scenario.
I think so as well. HRGC didn't expect the yeah, mercenaries. KOTV knows about them beforehand, so KOTV will be much better prepared, and yeah, that will give them
I
a
would
good
I
chance.
would say like a 300 like a 380 lead for KOTV, so it's 120 for BHO, maybe a bit slightly less in points. But yeah, something around that. So, chat, those are our predictions since you guys were too scared. That also makes these guys in the green here the top 8 contenders for the playoffs. While we have 30 seconds of the prep phase remaining, so let's switch over to the actual spectacle that is awaiting us.
Yeah, I'm now at the TR warp gate. We have Ruin as a TR, one RPC as a NC, which will make it much easier to follow. And I see quite a bunch of galaxies and mosquitoes on the TR warp gate.
Alright, 2 seconds. Let's see, who's hitting the middle? I will just stay in the middle. Oh, I see Anvil's coming down for Ruin here on the hills again, just like last match.
Yeah, they put them down a minute before the match started. So by now, those anvils will already have landed, and they can immediately drop on them and get whatever they need. And the airballs are about to meet. One RPC being slightly faster to the middle.
So we didn't talk about the possible approach both teams take. We know that both teams are qualified. It only depends on the rankings in the end. So do you think it will be like guns blazing all in from the start, or would you say they will show some restraint when it comes to options or tactics?
I think the main play will be they both will go for territory. They will not make a beeline for the warp gate and try to warp gate the other faction. Both teams know the other team is good enough to not let that happen. So both teams will probably go for air superiority first and then use that to capture the neutral bases.
And when we talk about superiority, I would give that one to the Ruin guys right now. Actually, repull RPC question mark? I see a few Reavers staying far behind, even behind their own galaxies.
Yeah, one RPC definitely hasn't lost the air fight yet, but it looks currently much better for Ruin. Ruin also has a Skyguard on top of the tech plant neutral.
Oh! Sneaky little bastard.
Yeah, and 2 galaxies, one of them with a manned anti-air gun. And they are trying to attack the
galaxies.
One RPC galaxies, which
effectively though.
Is fairly effective. And those repair galaxies are really important to
write that down.
Repair yourself when you're in the middle of a fight. Oh, I see a 1 RPC Burster Max group on the hill.
I have them. The 3 Burster Musketeers. Okay, now it's 4. Now you're ruining the picture, dude.
But they're making sure the Ruin Air can't actually advance too far. If Ruin Air dives deep, then they get in range of those Burster Maxes. So 1 RPC has a safe area to pull out of.
So it looks like the southern side with the Skyguard on the tech plant is in favor of Ruin, while the north side is in favor of RPC. And in the middle is just a huge scuffle over a long range. No one tries to go near to the other, towards the other. Map-wise, it's exactly the same picture. On the north we have 1 RPC, on the south we have Ruin uncontested. In the middle, the pop doesn't show it, but I think... Oh, we have a ground drop. We have drops here on the middle base right now.
Yeah, Ruin dropping on C point.
That's a lot of Reavers crashing into each other. There's not enough space for everyone.
But they did their job. The Ruin drop is dead. They placed a beacon, but that got instantly killed. So 1 RPC is still holding the middle base fairly comfortably.
So 1 RPC in favor in the middle base, in the north base, uncontested. There's no TR pop whatsoever. Ruin, meanwhile, gets the tech plant through first. So there is a few seconds of timing that Ruin could take in order to redrop middle and north. RPC is reinforcing the ground really heavily right now on the middle base.
Yeah, 1 RPC really needs that middle base, otherwise they won't have a connection to the Nexus Secure substation in the south.
There come in the TR Galaxies, a bit late though. They are hovering above right now, under fire by the Burster Maxes.
Yeah, but everyone who dropped from them is already dead. C point is flashing, B point's flashing, but there's not enough to actually push it through. B point will.
Wait, A point, what's going on here?
Oh?
Is that a steal? Yes, Ruin!
That
one man has stolen the middle base! CTR, you crazy batshit crazy bastard. You actually stole that one in a 1v1 situation. Jesus Christ, dude, well done.
There was 1 RPC on point at A, but they
he killed them all.
One person.
That was amazing. What a MVP play here from PsyTR or PCTR from Ruin.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man.
That is hugely impactful. That gives Ruin a huge advantage in this match. They are already on the hydroponics compound backcap. 1 RPC still has a connection from the northwestern neutral, but still, this is a lot of time that 1 RPC now needs to spend on taking the space again.
So right now RPC is still staying with quite a contingence in the middle base right now. They have no spawn as far as I can see, but 2 points. Meanwhile, as you said, Hydroponics is being flipped, the same as Argent Pass in the north, that has just been dealt with by Ruin.
Yeah, and the race to the warp gate, Ruin definitely has the advantage,
Yes.
but I don't think either of those bases close to the warp gate will flip for now. One RPC is already reinforcing Hydroponics compound with the Valkyrie drop, and there are not that many Ruin players on point. In fact, one RPC has the point back here.
RPC has one RPC has one bus on the middle base where they reinforce their still ongoing point hold on C, but they are being pushed by Ruin here right now, slowly but surely.
Yeah, Ruin doesn't have any vehicles around. I didn't see any during the openers, I still don't see any. So there are no tanks that can easily take care of that Thunderer. Which means one RPC can reinforce that battle, but they are heavily outnumbered here. So
Rockets
it's just
going
a question
into the
of
Sunny,
time.
it's just a matter of time until it busts. There it goes.
And that spells the end of one RPC on the middle base.
Big fight on Ardent Pass here right now. Air is still in a stalemate up in the sky. You can see a lot of Reavers fighting a small group of Mozzies. Meanwhile, Ardent Pass is going on here right now. RPC point hold. 2 minutes remaining. Pretty good setup, I must say. Maxes and everything.
Multiple maxes. Do they have a Thunderer in the tunnel? They do not.
They do.
So one up.
They have one. I'm right in front of it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's getting clean though. Like
so,
Ruin is fighting for the Sunny right now, not for the point.
Yeah, the Thunderer below the point is fairly vulnerable to enemies pushing from both sides. And that's the only Thunderer one RPC has. And they really need to maintain that. They will be backcapped on Bitter Gorge soon. Actually, they one RPC has the cap on Granite Head Reactor for now.
Oh, that's good. And I also see a small group on the tech plant on the south side for RPC. Meanwhile, this one is ticking down 1 minute for Ruin here, for RPC right now. Ruin heavily outnumbering them on point now. Having the pocket on the bottom.
I currently got stuck inside the building. I managed to free myself.
Here comes the push downstairs and upstairs from Ruin. Wiping out the NC Maxes in a pincer attack. Well coordinated, one resonate going out for RPC. It's just a matter of farm. So, cap prevented. 3 minutes on the clock on this base. Meanwhile, the tech plant has still not been flipped.
Yeah, there was just one person sitting on the top floor, but not flipping the point. Not sure what the plan there was.
Meanwhile,
but he's still sitting there.
The RPC air is fighting over Ardent Pass against the Ruin air. The Ruin air is quite passive. They are all staying around the mountain southwest or west of the middle base.
Yeah, they have a lot of respect for the one RPC air, it seems. They are staying closer to their reinforcements, not pushing one RPC's air towards their warp gate.
Meanwhile, one RPC has reinforced the middle base, has now control of all 3 points. That gets the timer down fairly far. Yeah, 1 minute to go. So there's not much time for Ruin to respond to this, and they have a good setup here.
Yeah, Ruin needs to react very fast. There were about 6 guys pushing from the spawn room, but that's not working. I see a Ruin beacon going up near C, but it already got killed.
And
so
RPC
the only
like
way
just
is
hover around
Galaxy
here.
drops.
Like, I find that weird. Where's the Ruin air?
They're all hovering over their mountain. I don't see I see one Galaxy incoming towards the middle base, but it will probably be too late.
Yep. So this is clearly heavily in favor of RPC. Ruin has decided against defending this base. I'm not sure. Okay, they have the cap on hydroponics. It's 1 minute in already. And they have backup guards on Ardent Pass. Makes sense. But where's the rest of Ruin?
It might be that Ruin plans on cutting off the middle base.
I think so, but that is quite a challenging thing.
Yeah, against an organized team on equal numbers, it doesn't really matter whether a base is cut off or not.
Ruin is making progress on C point on Granite Reactor. But still, like, oh wait, never mind. Do we have another MVP play here on B point?
It
I
looks
spoke
like
too
it.
soon. Jesus Christ, people, give me a rest.
Again, a last second push from Ruin, managing to flip 2 points. They like to cut it close, it seems.
There comes the re-push from Small, from RPC with Max. Pushing the point right now.
Find the 1 RPC Thunderer. There is a cloaked Thunderer south of B. So B point is probably the one they will secure the most, and it's just 20 seconds. Ruin now needs
They need
another
to rotate.
point.
They have to either rotate to A. Let's see what's going on A here. A is being defended by a small squad of RPC.
And C point is getting pushed by 1 RPC with Maxes. They have it.
There's the recap.
That's the base.
That means RPC has invested a lot of time and resources. They have fixed the hydroponics back cap. They are back on Ardent Pass. So right now, momentum is back in favor of RPC right now.
Yeah, it's really
I'm a bit confused,
nice
to be fair.
Turnaround for
How
1 RPC. They got control of pretty much all the points they now need.
Yeah.
There is a big push for hydroponics compound, a beacon, people dropping into the base, so they will probably get on point in time.
Okay, so middle base has been reflipped, hydroponics compound is reflipping, Ardent Pass is held by a small squad of RPC in underpop right now.
And we already see a quick response from 1 RPC to hydroponics compound, a beacon is up. There is Ursuk something from 1 RPC, just waiting for reinforcements before he pushes in. And he didn't wait long enough. Reinforcements arrived, but he just pushed in and died. But
okay, here comes the Ruin push on Ardent Pass right now. Let's see how strong are the defenders. Yeah, that is quite vulnerable. Here comes the push inside. Stairs are being cleared. And that's the take for Ruin, the recap for Ruin. So, Reaver's inbound, Valkyrie inbound. I'm a bit confused that these Valkyries from 1 RPC can stay alive that long. There was on the middle base as well. So meanwhile we have the underpop hold on hydroponics.
Argent Pass, 1 RPC, Ruin now needs to sit there for 1 minute, making sure that it goes through, otherwise 1 RPC will get on point, which means they can't reinforce hydroponics compound too much, but they do have a squad inside in the hallway.
Yeah, a squad, 1.5, something like that. The air, meanwhile, since there's nothing happening here on point, the air is right now fighting on this lane, on the southern lane here, and again, quite far distances. Like the fights are happening in a far distance, and they are not dogfights or anything. No one tries to attack the other one or wipe them out. They are fairly fine with just contesting it.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable that you can actually kill the enemy, it's good to keep the fight up. Every second you spend just poking at each other long distance is a second the enemy will not have time to ground pound.
We missed the breach on hydroponics just now, my bad, sorry about that, I was confused by the air.
There wasn't actually that big of a breach. 1 RPC pushed in, there were about 6 guys from Ruin sitting inside. So I don't know where Ruin went, but
At the
they
same
left
time,
hydroponic
Ruin
compound.
breaching Nexus secure, kicking out the backcappers from one RPC. So both teams have neutralized each other's backcap right now. Both are sitting on timers on the south. And TR, Ruin has made a play, a setup for Bitter George, or, well, Gorge, but I call him George because he's a salty wet. So yeah, one RPC is actually quite heavily reinforcing Bitter Gorge here right now.
Yeah, I already see a 1 RPC max pushing for A point on Bitter Gorge. But he's completely unsupported, and there he goes. And other than that, 1 RPC hasn't made a cohesive push yet. But
What I find a bit weird for Ruin is they seem to lack spawn options. Like the logistics are not there.
yeah, I'm currently trying to find their spawn. Ah, they do have a Cloaked Thunderer at B point.
What B
But
point?
yeah, Cloaked Thunderer right next to B point, but nothing at
Ah
C
yeah.
point. So they only have one spawn option that gives them control of 1 point. The other points are a long run away.
Okay, here the dogfight above George is happening right now. Seems like Ruin has pushed off the 1 RPC air. Is in control of the airspace around Bitter Gorge right now. At least kinda.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it's
on the
hard to call.
ground, like I don't see much ground fighting here on Gorge.
There are 1 RPC players pushing in mostly 1 by 1. I see another 1 RPC guy going down alone. He got 1 kill, but that kill is getting revived. So I don't know what 1 RPC's plan here is for now.
Possible gal drop, yeah, 2 guys. Only 2 guys out of a gal. Dropping on B point, trying to delay the inevitable here. Ruin has to relegate troops. Scout Raider Valkyrie for the air hammers to see. RPC Air is in control of the sky right now over Bitter Gorge. 1
And they
point flip
need to
for...
deal with that Cloaked Thunderer, but it doesn't look like they've actually spotted it.
Nope, they missed that one. So right now, Ruin trying to push inside the double stack here. Is undermanned though, like, that is not a full squad, those are a few stragglers.
The platoon leader from Ruin just lost a duel on B point. Ferraria TR is a PL for Ruin if you encounter him. And 1 RPC is reinforcing B point.
Yep.
But
So
I
think they are buying time for Nexus Secure right now. Like the more forces they bind here for Ruin, the more time they have on Nexus Secure to make that a pretty strong cap there. So this is Bitter Gorge going for Ruin right now.
I'm checking if Ruin actually has a backcap. It doesn't look like it. Nope, there's no one sitting on Slate Canyon.
So now it will be decided on Nexus Secure stage.
Yeah, Ruin needs to pull more people back to deal with that. It's getting very close to being captured.
There comes the
People are
drop,
dropping
being
in.
airhammered. Airhammer is losing his vehicle, Anulas. Dropped out in favor for infantry. 1 minute remaining. Ruin has to make or organize the push right now against a really tight fortified powerhouse.
Oh yeah, it will be very tough. They don't have the numbers around the building yet, it looks like.
Points flipping. RPC is not watching the point though. That is a weird hold from RPC, and now Ruin is just storming in on small stairs and in the lobby, clearing up small stairs right now.
Yeah, 1 RPC was holding upstairs, but they
Like in the last minute of a cap, you want to be in cap range. You don't like. RPC are vets. They have the experience to know that they have to stand next to a point in the last minute, somewhere around it. So right now, neutralized. A neutralized cap for RPC. Ruin has 2 minute 40 on the clock here. They have the backup on hydroponics. Meanwhile, RPC is jumping to Bitter Gorge.
And there are a lot of 1 RPC players on Bitter Gorge. I'm counting around 2 squads, including Maxes. I'm looking if 1 RPC has brought some spawns.
Yeah, they must have. Or it's a gal drop.
They're anviling in a medium anvil.
Yep, that might be the end. It's a good alternative as a spawn option.
And there's a Ruin Galaxy drop coming right on where the anvil
full
just
squad,
got destroyed.
or almost full squad. Running, jumping right into an NC max. Bit unfortunate for the Ruin players there.
Yeah, you don't want to be right in front of an NC max.
But they need more, like... Okay, the hydroponics backup has been resolved. RPC is still holding the building of C Point.
Yeah, but 1
Pushing
RPC
upwards.
doesn't have any spawns, it looks like. So if Ruin can delay it enough, it's just a question of time until 1 RPC gets wiped.
So now places have traded, RPC on the point, while TRs are coming through the building and dropping on them from the beacons.
Still 1 NC max on C point.
Okay, TR are making their way up now.
And good play from Ruin. They have a Shield Thunderer now deployed next to C point, which means they can push it very fast.
Yeah. Now it becomes just a matter of time.
Thunderers are really underrated.
Meanwhile, RPC has made a play for Secure Station again. They have overpopped there, and the tech plant is flipped in their favor. But yeah, the mainstay of the forces are right now here on Bitter Gorge.
And
Red Rory doing nice progress here when it comes to being a damage dealer. Good support from the NG.
1 RPC is also back on Nexus Secure Substation, for now just with 5 or 6 people.
The Shield Sunny has been spotted now. Good flank here.
I'm keeping an eye on Nexus Secure Substation. 1 RPC is reinforcing. Ruin is not yet defending it. That puts a lot of time on that timer.
So, 21 minutes remaining. RPC is still biting into Bitter Gorge. They just won't give up. They're flipping points left and right, delaying it. Meanwhile, one of their squads is sitting on Nexus Secure Station, bringing the timer down as fast as they can and as far as they can.
Ruin now needs to secure Bitter Gorge while also securing Nexus Secure Substation, and that will be really tough because I don't have a lot of time to do either of those.
So, Bitter Gorge is resolved. RPC has decided to jump everything on Nexus right now.
Yeah, there is a Thunderer deployed near the powerhouse.
Oh yeah, that is a strong bus. It was spotted though, it's a cloak bus. It's being spotted by the air. There comes the Galaxy, probably with bulldogs on it already. No, not manned.
But the NC Max next to the Thunderer already went down. I see the Havoc effect on the Thunderer, so yeah, there it goes. And now 1 RPC is stuck on
Full
point.
drop from Ruin here right now. The point hold itself doesn't look that strong. Like the one before was far stronger than this one.
Yeah, I don't think 1 RPC will be able to hold out for long here.
Here comes the push inside the lobby. Ruin is getting upstairs, getting the lobby. Flank coming now from small stairs.
I like how Ruin makes use of the Havoc grenades and under barrels.
Yep.
The NC Maxes constantly are glowing orange, which is spelling doom for them.
So timer has reset it to 2 minutes 30 now. We were somewhere around that range before. Map-wise, it has become a bit stale. RPC is now switching back to Bitter Gorge, the salty wet in the north. Meanwhile, I'm fascinated that both air squads are so wary of each other.
And on Bitter Gorge, it's now very little time for Ruin to reinforce.
Full
they
drop
need
on
to
B
do a
point.
last second resecure again. I'm scouting around for one RPC Thunderers. I can't
The drop
find
got
any
killed.
for now.
There's still a few remaining, but one RPC is reinforcing the B point. So the full drop from the Ruined Galaxy just got wiped here. A bit of skirmish around the A point being resolved by the strong infantry players. 30 seconds to go. We have a play for C
Full drop
point.
again on B point. Coming in right now. But they're getting ground pounded the second they hit the floor. There's a Quartzium bomb actually on B point just waiting for their drop. It might actually kill one RPC players.
Meanwhile, A point flipping in the skirmishes here for Ruin right now.
And Shrey just got killed by a friendly Quartzium bomb.
Nice.
But yeah, Ruin has 1 point secure, C point is heavily fought over.
Here comes the strikers right now. Ruin is making progress from B point. Redrop another squad onto B point right now. Another squad is stuck on the L shape between A and B. But I would say sustainability is not in RPC's favor. They will be pushed off here.
They're just on beacons and they don't have full air control, which means the Banshees will also occasionally take out those beacons. And that makes it very hard to sustain a point hold. There is actually a Thunderer. There is one southeast of A at the small building, but that's a long way to run and it's already found out by air.
One RPC making a push here through the L shape. Not the best option for pushing towards A. You can get stuck easily as they are right now. This is really intense. Like right now again, the tech plant timer is flipped in one RPC's favor. They have prepped the back cap on secure substation once again. So I have the impression that one RPC is leading Ruin by the nose. The problem is, the Ruin that is following them is really angry and actually kills them wherever they go.
One RPC is trying to run down all the timers, so eventually they get one base. They got Bitter Gorge down very low, now they are on the tech plant. Once the tech plant gets secured, they will go back on Bitter Gorge.
That is true.
And eventually one of those timers will hit 0. And
that
Ruin
is actually
doesn't want that.
The tech plant, like right now we are in a stalemate of 5-4 in the territory control for Ruin. This tech plant might actually be the decisive point, the decisive base over the territory control alert.
In addition, a lone person actually flipped next to a secure substation and disappeared again. So the timer there also is ticking, unless my map is bugged, of course. It isn't.
So right now RPC is sitting inside, on the points inside, while Ruin has the point up on top. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Again, a little MVP here, slightly delaying the C point, but RPC is clearing them. So I don't know what the other servers looked like, but at least on Miller there was not much fighting about the tech plant so far. It's the first time I actually see proper fights inside the tech plant here right now. Ruin is making their way over to A, temporarily stalling the timer. One RPC is shifting pop over.
Yeah, it looks like one RPC again got pushed out. I also can't find any one RPC spawns except for one beacon that just got taken out by Banshee. So one RPC will probably instantly go for Bitter Gorge again.
Which they are currently. They are not in. They don't possess the points yet. As you have said and analyzed, The timers are ticking for RPC, but Ruin is really fighting tooth and nails to clear one base after another, again and again and again. So does that mean it comes down to speed? Whoever will be faster will gain, like, is RPC in general faster in their setups than Ruin right now?
I wouldn't say one RPC is faster. Ruin is definitely extremely fast on getting on those points, but the one advantage one RPC has is that they have the initiative. They are flipping all the timers, and Ruin really needs to find a way to get the initiative back to go on the offensive. When you're constantly on the defense, eventually a mistake will happen and the timer will just hit 0. And that's what one RPC is counting on, and they are making a great job with it.
So I was just showing chat the anti-air nests on the hills for Ruin as well as the galaxies. I have the impression that the Ruin air or galaxies up there in the sky on their hills are too passive. They need to make more use of it somehow. Maybe they are respecting the RPC air, which is really indeed strong, but maybe they respect it a bit too much and give it too much leverage here to move around. 20 seconds for Bitter Gorge. I don't think Ruin can this time manage to get it back. They are on B point, being pushed by Max. Once again, Red Rory and his Max dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you constantly have to secure at the last second.
Yeah.
At one point you will just be too late, and one RPC will most likely take the space.
There we go.
Ruin push got killed at A point. Actually, some Ruin players survived, so they have A point. They can't be... yeah, there is no backup on Argent Pass for now possible. But now they are behind in a 4-5.
So maybe right now we are witnessing the point of turn. Like this is the moment where RPC has not only the timers in favor, but also the territory in favor. Their backup on Nexus Secure got cleared. They have people on the tech plant. They have to wait for the backup on Hydroponics right now. And the TRs want to make a play for Granite Head Reactor in the middle.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only play they have left to go on the offensive. It's Granite Head Reactor or Hydroponics Compound. But both are very difficult. I see Hydroponics Compound has flipped.
Oh yeah, you're right. As well as Ardent Pass. Ardent Pass is actually 10 seconds ahead of Hydroponics, but Hydroponics is where the fight's at, so let's go there.
Yeah, lots of ruins dropping in from a galaxy. There's a big air fight over that base.
The galaxies have actually pushed off from the mountain and pushed further ahead to Hydroponics. Oh, the shield tactics. We have seen that in the match before, Ruin versus Dick T, I believe it was, where Ruin used this bubble as like a maintenance zone for their air to actually lock one RPC air into their warp gate, which is a really strong play. This is like peak performance here right now.
Yeah, it's very well coordinated, having the bubble just so the ESFs can pull back into it, get repaired, and then push back out of it.
Meanwhile, one RPC on the ground making a play here for small stairs. Orbital strike coming in. So Ruin treats this push as really dangerous for them and clears it out with an orbital strike, which will give them a bit of time.
The push was touching the point already, and the Max got killed by the orbital. But there's an NC Max pushing in from the other side. Dante Cool getting affected by the Havoc effect almost immediately. So no repairs for him for now. There's
RPC have a
NC
cloaked bus here
Thunderer.
on the street, which shortens the time you need to walk towards the point by quite a lot.
Yeah, you can just directly spawn on the Thunderer and pop into the building.
The bubble
So
got
it's
destroyed
very
for
difficult
Ruin,
to
so
hold.
no more safe zone for them. But let's watch the infantry conclusion here. 2 minutes on the clock. Stronghold, infantry pushing into the lobby right now.
One RPC is touching the point. They had
Another
4
orbital
maxes.
going in, killing the NC maxes. Infantry is still alive, they are arresting the maxes right now. Here comes the push from Ruin on small, wiping the infantry from RPC.
It's
Competitive
very
planet
hard
side
to
being
say
done
who
here.
is holding here. I think Ruin is actually holding this.
Yeah.
The orbital really gave them the edge they needed. It
Bus has
killed
been
4
spotted,
NC
is under
maxes.
attack by the Bulldog Galaxies right now. Second wave for RPC from doors 1 to 3.
No orbital this time for Ruin, but also less maxes for the NC. And this time one RPC is pushing through. But that's 2 minutes on the timer. But in the meantime, Argent Pass is going through almost uncontested.
Oh, that will be quite a challenge now, because then the territory control is actually in heavy favor of one RPC here, if they manage to get Ardent Pass. 20 seconds to go. Here comes the push. Quite a strong setup on the stairs for RPC.
There are 3 beacons for Ruin. They are dropping in at the last second.
Oh,
they are pushing
Archer
in.
Desi combo takes out the max. They will re-secure this one on the last few seconds.
Yeah, but that's now 3 minutes 30. They can't attack the Bitter Gorge garrison. And if you look at the match timer, it's just 7.5 minutes left.
Yep.
They need to take a base or the match is lost.
I would say Granite Valley. Send a squad there for Ruin and bring the timer slowly down while making a fake play more or less for hydroponics maybe. Like the south side, for me, the south side is where Ruin has their chances. If they get backcapped on secure substation, then they have real trouble. They need to make the plays. I think they are also doing it because suddenly there's lots of TR pop on the middle base right now.
And I already saw an anvil going down near C point on Granite Head Reactor. One RPC is expecting that play. They have players on C point. TR are getting a Thunderer out from the anvil, so they now have a spawn. But one RPC is still firmly inside C point.
One RPC has a bus deployed right next to B point, giving them a short time, re-pushing the B point.
Yeah, if that bus stays up, then there's no way Ruin is taking this in the next 6 minutes. But that bus is already under... Did it despawn?
Did it despawn?
It disappeared in front of my eyes and there was no explosion.
And now there's a Ruin bus here. They didn't check the timer, oh no! The good spawn is gone and now replaced by Mr. Chiffon's Thunderer on the back. That means that also means the backcap play on Nexus Secure Station is not working for RPC. And now Ruin is heavily reinforcing this area here.
Ruin really needs to put every single person into it while still holding Argent Pass and
what is going on B point? Why can't they flip it? There's quite a hold here. Good job from this little like fire team holding the B point for so long while Ruin has literally a spawn outside.
But in the meantime, one RPC is sitting on the tech plant, having all 3 points flipped.
And we have also a small squad on Argent Pass right now.
Ruin is in a tough situation. They need to capture that middle base while also defending against 2 bases. And to defend, you really should have more people than the attackers. And that leaves you with less people to actually attack the middle base.
So I think one of the decisive factors here between both teams is that RPC takes more risks in delegating smaller task forces, like not full squads, 6-man drops, 5-man drops, into prepping bases. Okay, the techie is lightening up here. Let's check this out. Ruin is more like taking the big blob and running RPC over, and they're doing that very effective. The problem is that with RPC and spreading their forces thinner than Ruin, they have the advantage on the timers, like right now on the techie.
Yeah, Ruin is... When Ruin decides to break a point, then that point gets broken. But they never get a chance to actually hold a point, and that's just putting them in a very bad situation. One RPC constantly gets kicked off the points, but that doesn't matter because they get on the point just moments later.
So right now Ruin is sitting on the B point on top of the tech plant, trying to delay the inevitable. C point is wavering. What's going on here?
I'm keeping an eye on Argent Pass. There was a small attempt by 3 or 4 Ruin players to kick the NC off the point, but there's almost a full squad of NC on Argent Pass, and so far they are holding. The timer is hitting 120.
Okay, these delays by Ruin here on C point on the techie are quite clutch right now. They're giving precious seconds for possible reinforcements. Meanwhile, the middle base, Granite Reactor, has a lot of overpower for TR, and they are struggling to control the A point apparently, which delays the cap for Ruin. Captain Bunny and one shoot down, as well as rolled and smoked. Good play here from this fire team, 6-man, holding the A point, delaying the cap for Ruin.
You see an orbital from NC coming down on Argent Pass, trying to hold the point, and I think it actually succeeds in pushing Ruin back from Argent Pass, so that base might go through in the next 25 seconds.
Oh, that would be the neckbreaker. The tech plant as well is on the brink of capture for 1RPC right now, holding both the points inside. We have a Banshee sitting in the mid bay here, trying to Banshee people. 1RPC reinforcing the ground point against a small group of Ruin players.
And
God, all points are flipping. What's going on here?
Ruin didn't commit enough on Argent Pass, and it went through for NC.
The tech plant 6 seconds away for RPC as well. And there we have it.
That is 7-2. That turned bad for Ruin very fast.
The last 5 minutes. They will get the middle base, probably. Like, now RPC can throw everything they have into this base here. Rushing down A point. They're going in. Bravo 6 going dark.
The best Ruin can do now is turn it into a 6-3 on bases.
Yep.
But they have just 1 minute left. Granite Head is close to flipping. NC are putting a lot of people on A point, but BNC are still in control of Ruin. Actually, that said, one RPC player is on B point.
The Swiss farmer doing heavy lifting here.
And I think that's the end of that assault.
Yep, we now have some skirmish here on C point. Max is pushing in, dying.
Yeah, this match is pretty much over. So, what do you think? How was that match?
I just put in the points for 1RPC in our calc. Like, look at it. Ruin has had more territory controls throughout the game because they have more points allocated to them, 264 to 236. But 1RPC had the better plays in the last 5 minutes. Like the last 5 minutes, that cap on Bitter George, that that was the neck breaker where it turned around, and then in the last 5 minutes they actually managed to do clutch caps against Ruin. That was very well done. That must have been so intense for both teams, since there were so many last second captures and recaptures, and Jesus Christ. Well done.
Yeah, that was really well played by one RPC, but also really well played by Ruin.
Yeah.
So I think we will go without a pause to BHO versus what was it? KOTV was which match were we going
BHO
to?
KOTV.
Okay.
All right. So everyone, we have to change characters and get a new zone and so on. This will take me 2 to 3 minutes. I will shortly close off the stream, but don't worry, just get some snacks, get something to drink, stay hydrated. In 2 to 3 minutes, I will be back on PlanetSide Battles 2, and then we will jump mid-match into BHO versus KOTV. See you soon.